President Biden signs a landmark bill protecting same-sex and interracial marriage in all states.
Marriage is a simple proposition. Who do you love? And will you be loyal to that person you love? It's not more complicated than that.
Hundreds attending the signing ceremony on the White House lawn, including former Guam resident James Servino. In a Facebook post, he shares his excitement witnessing the historic moment. He writes, "We did it, Joe. Signing of the Respect for Marriage Act, HRC members and supporters sent more than 106,567 calls and letters to Congress in support of the Respect for Marriage Act." It's LGBTQ activists like him who moved Congress into codifying marriage equality into the law of the land. Ahead of the signing, Lieutenant Governor Joshua Tenorio says the bill gives him hope for the island's future. He says, with the passage of the Respect for Marriage Act, Congress has restored a measure of security to millions of LGBTQ plus families that are now guaranteed the rights and protections to which they and their children are entitled. Tenorio is the first openly gay elected lieutenant governor. Attorney William Pesh also shares his reaction.
Obviously, I'm delighted that we do have protections that are now codified and that we can depend on. As someone who is married, someone who has a same-sex marriage, I have children, I have a grandchild. The thought that I could drive, go into another state when I'm back in the mainland and be in a state that doesn't recognize my marriage, that does not recognize the fact that I have two children and that I have a grandchild, is really unacceptable, to be perfectly candid.
Although Pesh is elated to have same-sex marriage recognized in every state, he can't hide his disappointment in one portion of the bill.
I will say, in some respects, I'm disappointed that it doesn't specifically state that every state and territory has to allow for same-sex marriages.
The Respect for Marriage Act does not require states to issue same-sex marriage licenses, and with the overturning of Roe v. Wade that protects abortion rights, he fears Obergefell v. Hodges could see the same fate.
The possibility that that could happen is unnerving, disappointing, scary, and I just hope that we get some sort of reassurance that that can't happen.
The 2015 Supreme Court decision legalized same-sex marriage in all states, but if it gets overturned, 35 states will have the legal right to deny issuing same-sex marriage licenses, even with the Respect for Marriage Act in place. Matsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.